Donald Trump's psychotic meltdown and psychotic behavior is accelerating. He's making post after post on his social media, bizarre posts about January 6th insurrectionists, reposts of Marjorie Taylor Greene. This says Donald Trump has initiated a trade war that has crashed the American economy, that is crashing global economies. And this says Donald Trump continues to threaten to invade nations. He threatens the sovereignty of Canada. He's threatening to invade Panama and Greenland. Here's what Donald Trump is reposting now on his social media. He's reposting a post from Marjorie Taylor Greene from 2 weeks ago. It's a drawing of a January 6th insurrectionist in prison. Marjorie Taylor Greene wrote, "Tomorrow, as promised, President at real Donald Trump will sign a significant number of January 6th pardons. Soon the nightmare of the politically weaponized government will end and the healing can begin." So why is Donald Trump reposting this right now as he started a cataclysmic trade war? Why is he posting this now? I think he's signaling to January 6th insurrectionists who he pardoned, I'm going to need your help now because I am despised and detested, and I'm going to need your back right now as I am hated right now here in the United States and abroad. So I think this is a message, in my view, that he's signaling to his extremists, to his gang, the same way authoritarians in the past have done that. And you know who I'm talking about. Then Donald Trump makes posts like this. Anybody that's against tariffs, including the fake news, Wall Street Journal, and hedge funds, is only against them because these people or entities are controlled by China or other foreign or domestic companies. Anybody that loves and believes in the United States of America is in favor of tariffs. They should have never ended in favor of the income tax system in 1913. The response to tariffs has been, and he puts this in all caps, fantastic. This is how psychotic this individual is. This is an individual who, if he wasn't in this position, would need to be wearing a straitjacket right now, an involuntary psychiatric 5150 hold. And we need to talk about it in those terms. This is a psycho-demented individual saying the response has been fantastic. By the way, Rupert Murdoch owns the Wall Street Journal, which supported Donald Trump. For Donald Trump to now say the fake news Wall Street Journal, notice that Donald Trump has made all these other media corporations and media companies wear their knee pads and bend the knees. And now he's saying fake news Wall Street Journal. Why? Because Wall Street Journal is literally providing definitionally what a tariff is, which is inflationary and an economy killer. And then Donald Trump's talking about we need to go back to 1913 before the income tax system. Look, I know that Donald Trump didn't pay his taxes. We know that he is a tax cheat. We know that he is a fraud. We know that he is a convicted felon. And so Donald Trump says 1913. Let's be clear. All you've inspired right now is to unite the world against us, to isolate the United States, to unite former allies of the United States against us, to unite enemies against us, and to look like the pathetic, weak loser that you are. By the way, Donald Trump's meme coin, because he's out there still selling meme coins. While all of this is going on, he's selling meme coins from the Oval Office. Well, his meme coins are crashing right now. As of this recording, they're at $17.91. I'm sure they will go lower. The Melania, which has that dollar sign in front of it, the dollar sign symbol. So it's Smelania coin. That's at $1.44. That's basically crashed to almost $0, a complete crash. So many people have lost, Trump supporters have lost their life savings with his scammy meme coins that we tried to warn you about. And as predicted, as of last night, the stock futures were a train wreck. The Dow was down 1.5%, S&P down 2%, NASDAQ 2.6%, the Russell down 3.2%. Obviously, more carnage today would be an understatement about what's going on, but you see it right there. The futures last night were down 662 points. By the way, Donald Trump, the Bitcoin, he used to call him the Bitcoin president, with all of these Bitcoin people and crypto people saying Trump's going to be great. Well, the volatility in the market right now is in an already volatile market, especially with Trump hawking meme coins. For those who actually say there's a legitimate place in crypto, Trump showing why people who believe crypto is scammy. He's validating people who have those views. For those who are like, there's actually a good place for crypto. $2 billion was liquidated in 24 hours from the crypto market. This was more than the COVID crash, more than the FTX collapse, a massive record in a bad way. Bitcoin slid towards 90,000 after Trump's tariffs. But what else has Trump been focused on during all of this time period? Well, an individual by the name of Darren Betty, who was fired as a speechwriter by the first Trump administration when it was revealed that he had spoken at a conference tied to white nationalists, is now the acting undersecretary of diplomacy and public affairs in the State Department. This is somebody who said back on May 24th, 2024, so not that long ago, this is someone who's got a top leadership position at the State Department. Taiwan will inevitably belong to China. It's a matter of time. It's not worth expending any capital to prevent it. A visionary statesman will recognize this and make a deal in exchange for acknowledgement of this basic reality. Get some serious concessions on Africa and Antarctica. Big deal to be made. You have to wonder too, though, why Donald Trump's tariffs on China were less severe than his tariffs on Mexico and Canada, by the way. You wonder what Donald Trump, by the way, we knew that Donald Trump previously had secret bank accounts in China. Remember, that was discovered after the first Trump administration. By the way, Trump's new State Department appointee in a leadership position said the following on December 7th, 2021. Our staff at the MeidasTouch Network, we have an impeccable research team that digs this stuff up. This is what Darren Betty said then. Imagine the whining from the globalist American empire if Putin invades, and he puts that in quotes, Ukraine. I love it when our national security bureaucrats fail. That's a Trump appointee right there. By the way, this individual spent January 6th telling various black people, including Tim Scott, to learn their place and take a knee to MAGA. This is what Darren Betty said. Tim Scott needs to learn his place and take a knee to MAGA. Black Lives Matters must take a knee to MAGA. They must learn their place. You get the point. Donald Trump, talking about Panama, talks about we will either take it back or something very powerful is going to happen. This is what he said last night, threatening to invade Panama. Play this clip.
They violated the agreement. They're not allowed to violate the agreement. China's running the Panama Canal. That was not given to China. That was given to Panama foolishly. But they violated the agreement, and we're going to take it back or something very powerful is going to happen.
Then Donald Trump whined and said Canada is very abusive to the United States of America, which literally nobody thinks other than Donald Trump and perhaps his deranged cult of MAGA followers. Psychotic individual. Play this clip.
Well, Canada's been very abusive of the United States for many years. They don't allow our banks. Did you know that? Canada does not allow banks to go in. If you think about it, that's pretty amazing. If we have a U.S. bank, they don't allow them to go in. Canada's been very tough on oil, on energy. They don't allow our farm products in, essentially. They don't allow a lot of things in, and we allow everything to come in. It's been a one-way street. We subsidize Canada by the tune of about $200 billion a year. And for what? What do we get out of it? We don't get anything out of it. I love the people of Canada. I disagree with the leadership of Canada. And something's going to happen there. But if they want to play the game, I don't mind. We can play the game all they want. Mexico, we've had very good talks with them. And this is retaliatory. This is retaliatory to a certain extent.
The holiday season can really mess with your routine, right? If you're looking to start the new year with clarity and focus, Via is here to help. Whether it's Sober January or CBD Awareness Month, Via lets you experience the powerful benefits of hemp without the high. Trusted by over 500,000 happy customers, Via is the Swiss Army knife of wellness. Their collection of THC-free products combines minor cannabinoids like CBD, CBG, and CBN with botanical supplements for targeted effects you could actually feel. So whether you want better sleep, enhanced focus, or relief from everyday stress, Via has something for you. I've been loving their calming drops and sleep gummies. They've been a game changer for easing into relaxation after a long day. What I appreciate most about Via is their focus on quality. Their products are organic, vegan, and crafted with care right here in the US using hemp from trusted, independently owned farms. And for those looking for variety, they've got award-winning gummies and vapes, THCA flower, soothing topicals, and more. So if you're 21 and over, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code Meidas to get 15% off your purchase. Plus, if you're new to Via, you'll receive a free gift of your choice. This year, enhance your everyday life with Via's natural wellness solutions. Visit their website using our link, use the code Meidas, MEIDAS, for 15% off, and let them know we sent you. Take charge of your wellness this new year with Via. Your mind and body will thank you.
And then Donald Trump talks about inflicting pain on Americans, and he wants Americans to feel the pain, he says, and then it'll get better. But we need to feel pain now, he says. Here, play this clip.
No, I'm not concerned. We may have short-term a little pain, and people understand that. But long-term, the United States has been ripped off.
Now, we previously reported on October 29th of 2024 what the plan was. We dug up tweets and reposts from Elon Musk and Trump. It wasn't all that hard to dig it up, to be honest, with our research team. But Elon Musk talked about necessary economic collapse that he and Donald Trump wanted to inflict. And they claim what they needed to do was they needed to, that markets will tumble, to kind of crush the economy, to make people feel so much pain. And then once everything is destroyed and everything is devastated, then they want to rebuild it in the image of Musk and Trump once they destroy everybody's lives and then make all of us beg for them. By the way, right now, as we speak, he wants to talk about hedge funds. They supported Trump, okay? The oligarchs literally sat front row. Donald Trump's Treasury Department Secretary, Scott Bessent, who previously stated that tariffs would be devastating and inflationary and now is going along with the tariffs. He was George Soros's hedge fund manager. He then started his own hedge fund. Trump's whole team is made up of hedge fund guys. His commerce secretary, you name it, they're all hedge fund people. And by the way, other hedge fund people and these private equity people, they are shorting the American economy. They shorted the economy, meaning Trump's friends betted the American economy would crash. Why? Because you see, they're talking about economic collapse. That's what we were trying to say here at the MeidasTouch. That's what they're calling for. So all these Trump billionaire oligarchs, they bet against the American economy in favor of a crash. So when it goes down, they make all of this money. Then they take that money and they buy it when it's low, and then they try to make money on it again. That's what the Trump oligarchs are doing. By the way, here's audio that was unearthed months ago that we tried to show you all of Elon Musk's talking about inflicting hardship on we the people.
We have to reduce spending to live within our means. That necessarily involves some temporary hardship, but it will ensure long-term prosperity.
And by the way, who's loving this? Who's benefiting? In addition to Xi Jinping in China, Putin. Here's an interview that Putin gave on Russian TV talking about how Trump's going to make Europe submit. And by the way, I want to be clear, when Putin is saying this, he knows how to psychologically manipulate Donald Trump. Putin knows Europe is going to stand up to Trump. He wants to pressure Trump to now attack Europe, which Trump, by the way, says that he's going to now do tariffs on Europe. So Putin knows what he's doing here and how to play Trump like a fiddle, by the way, as Hillary Clinton warned in 2016. But play this clip.
Что-то изменилось, что ли, со времен Байдена? Да ничего не изменилось. Они с удовольствием выполняли любой приказ со стороны Вашингтона при Байдене. Просто им Трамп не нравится, они с ним боролись активно, да, реально вмешивались в политическую жизнь и предвыборный процесс в Соединенных Штатах, а потом растерялись, когда Трамп вдруг выиграл. И потом Байден ментально им больше нравился, понимаете, ментально. А у Трампа другие представления о том, что такое хорошо, что такое плохо, в том числе в этой гендерной политике, в некоторых других вопросах, им как бы не нравится это. Но я вас уверяю, Трамп с его характером, с его настойчивостью, он наведет там порядок довольно быстро. И все они, вот увидите, это произойдет быстро, скоро, все они встанут у ноги хозяина и будут нежно помахивать хвостиком.
Finally, I'll leave you with this. Here's a clip of Kamala Harris talking about what she would have created. Americans could have gotten $25,000 to buy their first home, but instead they're getting tariffs that will make homes even more unaffordable and harder to buy, all to feed Donald Trump's ego or Donald Trump's intent and desire to destroy America because he is a broken, disgusting, despicable, convicted felon, sexual predator, sexual assaulter, someone who's a horrible businessman who's bankrupted a ton of his companies. Anyway, play this clip.
And part of my approach is to say, I'm going to employ and engage the private sector, in particular home builders with tax credits, to give them the incentive to create new housing, 3 million by the end of my first term, and understanding that not everybody is, handed a silver spoon, but works hard and is trying to save up for a down payment. Part of my plan under my opportunity economy is to give first-time home buyers a $25,000 down payment assistance so they can just get their foot in the door to be able to then engage in what will prove to be their opportunity to build intergenerational wealth. And here's...
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think about all of that. That's what Donald Trump's doing, posting J6 stuff. Crazy. Oh, he's also posting this. He's making more posts about claiming that he turned on California's water. By the way, he didn't. What he did was he diverted water from an area not to where the fires were, but to a flooded area, harming farmers. Many of them were right-wing farmers as well. He did that, screwing them over. Then the water management had to stop it because he was about to further destroy farms, and he ordered the federal government to move water to areas it didn't belong. It rained a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, so he's taking credit for the rain. This is an insane, delusional individual, okay? And I just want the rest of the world to know that a lot of us here in America, at least 75 million people or so who voted for Vice President Kamala, do not support this, okay? This is embarrassing, humiliating for us, and I know scary for you and for us as well. We're going to do everything we can here on this platform to resist. So anyway, hit subscribe. Until they take away this microphone from my mouth, we ain't going anywhere. We don't have outside investors. So we grow with you. You're our stakeholders. We'll keep building this together. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.